on, people of the VC? Roll here, back at it with a new video. And this video is going to be a what's spinning video. I realize it's been well over 2 years since I've done a what's spinning kind of video. And like I said in previous videos, I wanted to start making just, get a little more consistent with the video making. So I figured this would be like a really, really nice, easy idea for a video. And plenty of other people here in the VC do what's spinning videos. So I figured it's only fitting, right? Anyways, it's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon right now. Pretty hot though. A little too hot for my liking right now. That's why I'm going sleeveless right now. Got the Sodom Agent Orange shirt. Got to get that album one of these days. What have I been up to though? Not much right now, because it's like, what can you really do right now? Just recording with my band. We're getting like really serious about the whole recording process right now, so I'll let you guys know when we have music available here on YouTube. We try to do somewhere between like thrash, power, and traditional metal, stuff like that. The guitarist in my band really, really likes Slayer, and I really, really like Blind Guardian, so we'll see how that comes out, right? But anyways, let's get on with the video itself, guys. Right here, what I'm going to show you guys is Overkill's Under the Influence from 1998. Fantastic thrash album. This was the first Overkill album I ever bought. I remember 2017 they were going to put out the album The Grinding Wheel. Everybody was talking about it. I had listened to Overkill before, but I told myself, you know what? I really got to buy some stuff by Overkill before I get The Grinding Wheel, just to, just cuz, why not? And this was one of the albums I picked up. This one in Horoscope on cassette. I don't know why, there's just something about having thrash on cassette that just, it just really suits it. Nice little clear cassette right there. And also they're fairly cheap cassettes. Well, not always. Depends on the artist. Overkill cassettes are usually at a pretty decent price though. Awesome album. Like I said, I spun this one last month and December also. So some of the stuff I'm going to show you here I was listening to in December as well. Really good songs here to check out. Drunken Wisdom, Overkill 3, Under the Influence, fantastic song. And I've actually bought a new Overkill album, one of their older ones. I'm not going to say which one, and yeah, I got it on cassette too. So keep an eye out for that one. Might show that one on the next update or the next update. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of albums here, and just to keep the updates somewhat short, I'm not going to show everything I got. But yeah, awesome album from 1988, Under the Influence by Overkill. Next album I'm going to show you guys here is going to take me back to 2017 when I first got this album, Metal Church's debut album. When I first listened to this album, I got really, really into thrash metal. This was the album that got me really, really into like the heavier side of metal. Because, I had been listening to thrash, little bit of death metal in 2017, but mostly I was just listening to like hair metal, traditional metal, stuff like that. And like I said, yeah, I was listening to thrash, Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, the big four, right? And but this was the album that definitely got me more into like the heavier stuff. Not saying that this is heavier than, Megadeth or anything, but I don't know, just something about this album really got my attention. Awesome songs here from 1985. The cassette looks a little bit worn now, but it still plays great. I got it for like $5 at my local record store, so not going to complain about it. Really good album though. Some songs you definitely got to check out. Beyond the Black, obviously. Merciless Onslaught. When I first heard that double bass intro, I was hooked on that. The song Battalions, that's one of my favorite ones. And, this is thrash metal. I would say this is more of a thrash album with some power metal songs. And then in Metal Church's second album, The Dark, I feel like they did go a little more power metal-y on that one. Really good album, though. Love this album, guys. I want to get the shirt, too. Alright, so now we're going to go to the CDs right here. And this is an album I'm going to... The artist I'm going to show right here is put out an album last month, and that's why I listened to this album last month, because I told myself, well, in preparation to getting that album, I'm going to listen to this one. And that's Crystal Viper's Queen of the Witches from 2017. Awesome new wave of traditional heavy metal from Poland right here. Female-fronted band. Really good stuff right here. you know, when I first heard this album a few years ago, nice little picture of the band right there, I wasn't that into it. There were like one or two, maybe three songs I liked on this album, but like I said, I just wasn't that into this album, so it was kind of just chilling in my collection for the past 2 years with like zero playtime. Another shot of the band right there. So yeah, it was just sitting on my CD shelf for the past couple years, not being spun. And then when I heard Crystal Viper was going to release an album this year in 2021, I figured, well, I really want to buy albums from the year, and I also like supporting the newer bands. So why not? I ordered that album, their new album. I forgot what it was called. The Cult. Yeah, it's called The Cult. And I told myself, well, while I'm waiting for that album, I'll check this one out. I was like, I remember I wasn't too crazy about it. There were some good songs, but at first I wasn't too crazy about it. But last time I listened to this album, I was actually surprised with how good every song was. Not one weak track on the album. Really good stuff, guys. Talk about changing your mind, right? I went from only liking one or two songs, not listening to it for like 2 years, and then listening to it again, and you know, really liking it. Definitely gonna listen to this album a lot more. Next album I'm going to show you guys here. Alright, so I was watching my good friend Tony from Tainted Lord 87. I will leave a link to his channel down below. He shows a lot of just all sorts of metal. Anything from black metal, death metal, thrash, any kind of metal you can imagine. Tony shows it on his channel. So definitely go check it out. Like I said, I'll leave a link to his channel. He showed this artist in one of his recent CD collection updates. And I realized, well, I've been listening to a lot of symphonic metal lately, and I do have something by this artist, and I had been thinking about playing it again, and that's Xandria's Theater of Dimensions from 2017. Now, you know, I bought this album in 2017, really liked it, and just never listened to it again. So it's been almost 3-4 years since I listened to this album, and boy, this album was in my car for like a whole week. Really dug it. Super symphonic, and I actually decided to check out Xandria's earlier stuff, and it was more like, it was still symphonic metal, but it was more on like the goth metal side of it. That's the thing about symphonic metal. Some symphonic metal is like really inspired by like power metal, and then another side of symphonic metal is more inspired by like goth metal. So that was interesting. It definitely wasn't, this is completely different from their first album. And I am planning on getting their first album, and maybe even their whole discography. Really enjoyed this stuff right here. If you like stuff like Epica, Nightwish, definitely check this out. Xandria, Theater of Dimensions. Alright, now we're going to get on to the LPs right here. One of the records I listened to in December, actually, was Judas Priest, British Steel. Essential album right here. 1980. It's going to be like, what? 41 years old, I believe. Yeah, this album is definitely got a few years. Really good stuff right here. Just standard black vinyl. Awesome songs here. Battering Ram. Wait, that was the name of the song, right? No, Rapid Fire. No, yeah, that's part of the lyrics of the song. Pounding the world like a battering ram. Yeah, I don't know why I called it Battering Ram. You know, Breaking the Law, obviously. United, Metal Gods. Not one weak track on this album. Heavy Metal Essential. It should be in everyone's collection if you like heavy metal. Enough said. Not really much I can say about this album that nobody's already said, right? Next album I want to show you guys here is Accept's Balls to the Wall. Now, I don't actually have any Accept in my collection other than this one, except this one. I do have their live album, Kaizaku Ban. It was a live album, so I'm not really counting that one. I'm not big on live albums. Like, I used to collect them, but now it's like, I'd rather just have studio albums. Now, I listened to this album a few years ago. Like I said, this album, I probably didn't spin this album for like a whole year, maybe a year and a half in my... was just sitting there with the rest of my records. And honestly, there weren't really any bad songs. Alright, only song I wasn't too crazy about was London Leather Boys, but everything else was awesome. Obviously, the title track, Fight It Back, has this amazing, just super old school heavy metal riff. Love it. Losing More Than You Ever Had. Love Child. Guardian of the Night, Winter Dreams. Not a bad song on this album. Like I said, even London Leather Boys is a listenable track. Not a bad song, just kind of the weaker track on the album. Really good stuff. I definitely want to get more stuff by Accept. I want to get Metal Heart, Restless, and Wild, and just see what else they got. Awesome stuff, though. I love me some Accept. Alright, so next album I'm going to show you guys here is my signed copy of Vixen's debut album. Got this signed when I went to go see them back in 2016 in Anaheim here in California. Vixen, you know, what can I say? They're one of my favorite hair metal bands, one of the more underrated bands from the hair metal era. You know, maybe not quite as good as Motley Crue or Poison. I mean, I definitely think they're better than Def Leppard. I'm not a big Def Leppard fan. Just, you know, good-looking girls who can really fucking play their instruments. And yeah, they put on a good show. Unfortunately, Jan Kuehneman, her actually, on the right, she passed away back in 2011, I believe. So yeah, I didn't get to get it signed by her. But yeah, everyone else signed it. I even got a drumstick over there. I'm not going to go get it. But yeah, I got one of Roxy Petrucci's drumsticks at that show. Awesome show and awesome album. I also have Rev It Up on cassette. And I know they put out another album called Tangerine in the 90s, but that wasn't really like hair metal like what they used to play. I think that was just them trying to like adapt to the grunge market. Really good album, guys. Check this out if you like hair metal, and for whatever reason you haven't checked out Vixen, do check it out. Alright, and we're going to end it with another all-girl band. Girl School, Play Dirty. I bought Screaming Blue Murder on January. Well, I ordered it in December. Didn't get here till January. And I told myself, well, I'm going to be listening to a bit of Girl School while I'm waiting for that album. That's what I do, you know. If I'm waiting on an album from a particular artist, I'll just be listening to other stuff by them that I have in my collection. Awesome album. I think I might actually like this one a bit more than Screaming Blue Murder. There's definitely a little bit of synthesizer here and there, but that doesn't bother me at all. Standard black vinyl. This one came after Screaming Blue Murder, and I definitely just need to get more stuff by Girl School. Some songs you definitely want to check out here are the cover they did of 20th Century Boy by T-Rex. I don't have any T-Rex either in my collection. What's wrong with me, right? Running for Cover, Breaking All the Rules, Going Under. Obviously, Surrender was really good. Breakout. I actually think this album was better than Screaming Blue Murder. You know, sure, it was a little more poppy, a little more synthy, but honestly, I think the songs in general were just a little bit better than Screaming Blue Murder. Anyways, guys, that about did it for this What's Spinning video. I definitely want to start doing more What's Spinning videos because I figured it's also going to give me an opportunity to show albums that I haven't shown in years. So yeah, I figured that was a great idea, and like I said, I'm just going to try to start uploading more regularly. Maybe not every single week, but I'm going to try and aim for like one video a week. We'll see what's up. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and like I said, thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Peace.